Police say a local teen died after drinking heavily. Tonight, 3 adults are facing charges. Plus, this felon wasn't eligible to run for Peoria mayor. Now he's fighting to run for the District 150 school board. And concern is growing among residents whose wells might be contaminated with diesel fuel spilled by Caterpillar.
When you have 7 children, you're not going to take any chances and you're not going to drink diesel fuel.
Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 6.
3 people are arrested in connection with the death of a 17-year-old Pekin girl.
Brianne Shiner was found dead Sunday morning. Tonight, investigators think she got the alcohol from adults.
50-year-old Robert Tomlinson is charged today with giving or selling liquor to a minor, which causes death. 20-year-old Paul Clower has also been charged with the same thing. Their bond this afternoon set at $5,000. 47-year-old Sandy Clower was also arrested for allegedly contributing to the delinquency of a minor. She hasn't been formally charged yet. Shiner was found dead in her home on Sapp Street in Pekin. The Tazewell County State's Attorney says Shiner's preliminary autopsy results show she died from asphyxiation due to alcohol intoxication and alcohol poisoning. The Tazewell County State's Attorney says that Paul Clower gave Tomlinson $20 to buy a bottle of vodka. Tomlinson allegedly bought the alcohol and then drank it with Paul Clower, Shiner, and 2 other minors.
Peoria police make an arrest in a double shooting. Police picked up this man, 20-year-old Tyshantis Campbell, earlier today. Court records indicate that Campbell has a criminal past. The shooting happened around 8:30 last night in the 400 block of Southwestern Avenue. Police say someone was apparently trying to rob Gyros and More restaurant. 2 people were shot and sent to the hospital. Police say their wounds are not life-threatening.
A Peoria District 150 school board candidate could be pulled from the ballot. School board hopeful General John Parker appeared in court today. His past felony convictions could prevent him from seeking a school board seat. WMBD's Kim Behrens was in the courtroom and has more.
General John Parker was convicted of felonies in the early 80s, ranging from carrying a concealed weapon to car theft. State's Attorney Kevin Lyons says those convictions should keep Parker from running for school board.
If you go back and look at the statements that Mr. Atkins and Attorney Lyons' office made at the time I ran for mayor, they stated that I could hold any other office. You know, I can run for any other office, county, state, federal, any other office in Illinois, except for municipal offices.
State's Attorney Kevin Lyons turned down an on-camera interview, but says all school elections fall under the election code of the state, a code that bans any person convicted of an infamous crime from holding office.
He should leave it up to the people and let them decide whether or not I should be on the ballot or whether or not I should be their school board member for the 2nd District.
Meanwhile, the issue is causing headaches for Peoria Election Commission. Absentee voting begins Thursday, and Parker's name is on the ballot.
What happens if at a later point the judge says the person needs to be removed from the ballot? How do we handle the ballots that have already been sent out or the voters who have already voted?
The state's election commission says it's up to the court to decide if Parker's name should stay on the ticket.
The sooner it's resolved, the easier it is for us and the less confusion is to the voters.
In Peoria, Kim Behrens, WMBD 31 News.
Now this case will go in front of a judge tomorrow morning at 10:30. Well, some area residents still don't have answers after learning that diesel fuel could be contaminating their drinking water.
As we first reported last night, the leak was discovered at Caterpillar's East Peoria Proving Grounds. As WMBD's Brandon Arnold shows us, neighbors are playing it safe tonight as they wait to hear more.
As Caterpillar officials investigate a diesel fuel leak at the East Peoria Proving Grounds, area residents like Mark Rhodes are curious to know how bad the situation really is.
It's early. Hopefully by this afternoon or tomorrow somebody will stop by.
The Tazewell County Health Department will notify residents affected by the leak, but until officials know more, there's not much they can do.
That's what we're waiting on, to see what's impacted, how many wells could be impacted. And we're waiting for some more information from the other agencies for that.
The Huff family, who helped identify the leak, isn't waiting. Instead, they're taking action by testing their well and playing it safe.
Right now we're drinking bottled water. Now, the chance is really slim that it's seeped down into our well, but when you have 7 children, you're not going to take any chances.
And when more is known about the leak, the health department will warn those affected not to take any chances either.
Be people who have a private well, non-community, that we would ask them to have their wells tested, or recommend that they get their wells tested.
Yeah, it'd been nice to know, because the well's not too far from the creek, and we drink the water, we bathe in the water, cook with the water.
We know accidents happen. There was a leak. We don't blame them for that, but we do know now that they know there's a leak, they have a part to play, which is inform the neighboring community.
In Tazewell County, Brandon Arnold, WMBD 31 News.
Caterpillar officials are investigating, but there is no word yet as to the severity of the leak. The health department does not test wells for diesel fuel, but can refer private contractors to affected residents.
Lieutenant Governor Sheila Simon says Illinois' budget is a big concern for area voters. Simon visited East Peoria today. She's currently touring the state's community colleges. She says budget cuts and tax raises are a delicate situation, but says it's the only way for the state to dig its way out of the hole.
Just in Peoria area alone, we owe over $270 million in unpaid debts, overdue bills from the state. So we're definitely interested in working on that and working very hard to twist the arms necessary to get that done.
WMBD's Twin Cities Bureau Chief Jacob Long joins us now live. Now, Jacob, the proposed budget creates a problem for area schools.
Well, yeah, Meg, especially rural school districts. They cover a lot of land, but they don't have a lot of money to work with. Now, Governor Pat Quinn is talking mergers and cuts that has some superintendents and students on edge.
We're in a school district that works.
The Hayworth Hornets have a lot of pride in their schools.
You get more one-on-one time with the teachers, and I like it so much more. I think it's definitely helped me in school.
But there's concern looming about possible cuts that could impact everyone.
It's totally based 100% fully on funding and finance, and it's not based on what's best for kids.
Governor Quinn wants to scale back transportation funding for the second year. He's also calling on districts to consolidate.
Going to school somewhere not in your hometown, you lose the support of your community and you lose the small feel of it.
Rural superintendents say if they're forced to join forces, they'll grow by land size and student population. The problem?
Those two don't equate.
They might not have enough money to bus more kids across a larger area.
I'm going to have to find the revenue from somewhere else.
Some leaders think that could fall on the back of taxpayers. Superintendents say they'll have to recover any cuts since they're required by law to offer transportation. One option, cutting back in the classroom.
It certainly could impact teachers, it could impact staff, it could impact class size.
That's an outcome these students are dreading. They want to hold on to their small school stability as long as they can.
I would maybe have to graduate with other people, and that wouldn't be cool.
Now, any recommendations about consolidating are not expected for at least a year. Superintendents also concerned about their fleet of buses. Some are getting pretty old, but at this point, buying new ones is simply out of the question. Bob.
Okay, Jacob, thanks. The Peoria City Council could decide tonight if Big Al's will be able to move to a controversial new location. WMBD's Maria Chandler is live outside City Hall tonight. Now, Maria, a lot of people expected to voice their opinions, right?
Bob, Big Al's has tried to move before to make way for the revamping and new construction of downtown hotels, but the owner was shut down. Tonight, the club could have a new location on Jefferson Avenue. The Liquor Commission has signed off on the site approval, but it's gotten a lot of uproar from the community. The new building would be next to CityLink bus station and Maya's Just for Kids Learning Center. If the council okays Big Al's move, they still need to get a liquor license from the city clerk. Also on tonight's agenda, a vote to secure funds for the warehouse district. But the city found out yesterday that $10 million in federal funding may be eliminated from the federal budget. The city would have to match 20% if the funding comes through. Action will also be taken on possible expansion of O'Brien Steel along Peoria's riverfront. Now, of course, we'll bring you more from tonight's city council meeting. For now, we're live in downtown Peoria. Bob, Meg, back to you.
Okay, right, thanks a lot, Maria. Well, normal residents are getting another say on a controversial issue.
Plus, gas prices are rising and unrest in the Middle East could be to blame. We'll explain coming up.